Once on the map screen, you will notice a world map icon at the top right. Left-clicking this will take you to the world map, which displays all of the game areas you currently know about. I'll give you a few seconds to try all this out. So, there's that, and then I can click on the world map, and here I am in... does it actually tell me? It does not actually tell me, but I could go to Olgoth's Beard, or to the Friendly Arm Inn.
Another page you might be interested in is the character sheet.
This can be accessed by left-clicking on the head icon on the left side of the screen. The record sheet has everything you need to know about your character. You'll also find an expert button and an information button on this page. The export button, not expert. Export button will export your character for use in a new game. This is not a save game, but rather a way of transferring a favorite character from game to game. I'm going to go ahead and do that just in case they ask me to create a new character when I create a new game. I don't want to have to go through the process of trying to re-roll for 90 again. The information screen shows your character's history and combat statistics. Alright, so let's take a look. That's him. We're going to export him. And his name is just going to be Saladus here. That's his name. Just done. There we go. He's not particularly good right now, but you know what? He's got a good start. Got a good start. That's kind of important. Was there anything else you wanted me to look at? I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff here. I never did go over the biography. We should go over that. Drawn to the clamor of the forge at an early age, you have become quite skilled working for the monks of the keep and have kept them supplied with whatever tools are occasionally required. Inspired by your foster father's tales of ironclad heroes, however, you know you would much rather swing a blade than a smithy's hammer. Or a hammy. But that's not true because I'm going to use a flail. One of the Watchers has been kind enough to take you under her wing and has trained you in the basics of the deadly arts. You yearn to leave the safe walls of your library home. Oh shit, there's a lot here. And venture forth along the tradeway, a trusty weapon at your side. You know little of how you came to be a ward of Gorion's, but over the years you have gleaned something of your mother's tale from his vague allusions, and from the words he sometimes uttered in tear-filled sleep. She was a half-elf from the courts of Aschabenford, and a friend of his for many seasons. As you have no memory of her, nor any keepsakes to remind you of her... Where the hell am I? Nor any keepsakes to remind you of her existence, you have come to believe that she died while giving birth to you. Perhaps it was the pain of such a parting that led Gorion to cloister himself within the narrow halls of Candle Keep and raise you as his own. Of your father, you have learned nothing. That's a pretty good backstory. I like it. I also have like combat stats and skills. I have an average reputation. And a lore skill of 13. That's not too bad to start. Yeah, nothing too crazy here. All right, talk to him some more.
The last icon that you need to know about is the options icon. You can also find it on the left side of the screen. On the options screen, you will be able to save and load games, as well as modify graphics, sound, and gameplay.
I don't think I necessarily need to. I kind of looked over that before. Other characters can join you on your adventures. In fact, without companions, you will find Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition almost impossible to finish. Yeah, this is supposed to be a team effort here, but I gotta recruit the team. We're not going to create the team. I thought about it, but most people said, no, that's a bad idea. Recruit the team. It's better that way. I will now introduce you to Zan, an elven mage. He will join your party and then show you how to memorize and cast spells. But I want to look at the options screen. I don't think, yeah, there's really nothing that I need to work on here. That's good. We can increase the font size a bit. There we go. That'll help with a little bit. You can see I've got crazy stuff that they don't understand over here. That tends to happen with these older games. All right, return to game. So hopefully you guys can see it a little better here.
I am Zan, a mage from Everaska in the north. I'm going to join your party and show you how to cast and memorize spells.
Very important and a part of Dungeons and Dragons I didn't get into, so this I actually have to pay attention to here.
My first lesson for you is on how to cast spells.
Yes, how do I do that? Also, he joined my party. You can see him on the right there. Select my Zan's cast spell button, choose a spell, and then left click on your target. My cast spell button is the spell icon on the bottom of the screen. You need to have me selected for you to have access to my spells. You can also configure quick spells by right clicking on a quick spell slot. This summons a list of memorized spells to choose. If no spells are listed, the character either does not have any spells memorized or cannot cast until higher levels. To cast the quick spell, left click on the appropriate quick spell slot and then select your target. I want you to try to cast a spell now. Select any spell in my repertoire and cast it on Belt. All right, so select
Life
you.
is so hollow.
Yeah, sometimes it is. Cast spell. There we go. Apparently F7 also does it. We will go with Burning Hands. Identify.
You haven't cast a spell on Belt yet.
I'm working on it. I'm going over your spells. Identify and Melf's Acid Arrow. Let's just do the basic Burning Hands. It's basically fire. Go fire.
Good job. I am now going to teach you how to memorize spells.
Are you going to be as impatient this time too? Any spellcaster besides sorcerers and shamans must memorize spells using the rest button on the left panel after choosing their spells on the mage book or priest scroll pages. Select the mage book or priest scroll icon that appears on the left edge of the screen. Choose the spells you want to memorize and then click on the rest button. Once your rest is completed, you'll have memorized all of your spells. I want you to try to memorize some spells now. This is it. Priest scroll, mage book. Let's do mage book. So let's see, we have Burning Hands, that's your basic fire that we just saw. Charm Person, Color Spray. Charm, basically, it's like confusion. That's the way I think about it. Wow, there's a lot of stuff going through here. Basically, they'll start trusting you, and then we can give them orders. So it's a little bit different than confused, but that's the way that I still think about it. Basically, they won't hit me, and then I can have them hit their friends. And that, to me, is kind of like confused. But I'm sure that it's more complicated than that because it's Dungeons & Dragons. Let's go ahead and memorize Identify. Seems to be an important thing. What's with the colors? 1d6 within there. Or, okay, I can dazzle them and render them unconscious. That's a thing that can happen. But I'm already sleeping them, so I feel like that's kind of enough. Let's memorize Identify. And Protection from Evil? Yeah, that's not that great. Let's go with Charm Person. That's good. And then back to game and rest. Rest. Oh, we get a cutscene for resting. Maybe I'll be able to skip that later. I've rested for 8 hours. All right, I got it done, yeah?
Good job. I'm now going to teach you how to learn spells. I have a flame arrow scroll in my inventory.
Okay, can I use it on you? Right-click on the scroll, and it will bring you to the item history screen. On the bottom of the screen, you will find a button that says Right Magic. Press this, and your mage, me, will now be able to cast Flame Arrow, once I memorize it, that is. There's a chance of failure when trying to learn a new spell, except I'm on normal, so that won't happen. Failure means that the scroll is used up and the mage does not learn the spell. I will not fail with this one, but in the real world, your intelligence stat will determine whether you succeed or not. All right, so here, and then it was... Wait, what was the button that he wanted? Right-click on the scroll. So, wait.
You haven't had me learn the spell yet.
Yeah, he said, like, it was... Oh, no, it's in the inventory? Yeah, right-click there. There we go. So there's Flame Arrow. Basically, you have flame arrows. Not usable by most people. It looks like just mages, but yeah, we'll go ahead and write that. Alright, so it's now in our spell book. And then we can learn it later. That seems to be the trick there. I got 30 experience for this.
Now I'm going to teach you how to identify items. When you find a magical item, you won't automatically know what it does.
Stay a while and listen. To find out, you must first right-click on the item. On the bottom of the item's history screen, you will find a button labeled Identify. Left-click on this. If whoever has the item in their inventory has an Identify spell memorized or has an Identify scroll, then the item will be identified. Bards and very intelligent characters can sometimes automatically identify an item when they pick it up. Fingers crossed for me. I have an unidentified shield in my inventory. I also have an identify spell memorized. I will give you a moment to try to identify the shield. So, this is his inventory, which is, I guess, different from mine. Yep, different from mine. So we need to right-click, and then we can identify the medium shield here. I won't be going over all the descriptions of all the items. He said to use the scroll. It's a medium shield +1. Hooray. So, +1. Well, more defense. It's a shield. I did it!
Now that you know everything about using mage spells,
All
I'm
of
going
it.
to introduce you to a cleric. Her name is Bronwyn, and she'll be teaching you how to use cleric abilities.
Alright, let's see what she can do. Wait, why is the woman a healer? Why is that
Greetings, and
always a
good
thing?
will. I am Branwen, and I follow the ways of Tempest, god of war. I'm going to join your party and teach you how to use cleric abilities.
Sweet. That's awesome, hopefully.
You cast cleric spells in the exact same way that you cast mage spells. I'll refresh your memory in case you've forgotten.
No, I kind of remember that one. Select my cast spell button, choose a spell, and left click on your target. My cast spell button is a spell icon at the bottom of the screen. You need to have me selected before you have access to my spells. I want you to cast a spell on Belt now. He is slightly wounded from the other spell you cast on him. So you should use one of my healing spells. Go ahead, cast a healing spell on Belt, or anyone else for that matter. You can rest to restore a healing spell if necessary. So yeah, basically the uses are recharged when you rest in Dungeons and Dragons, as opposed to
Hello?
like potions or something like that. Cure light wounds. We'll just go ahead and do that now, because they'll get mad if I look at the other things. Basic healing spell.
Good. Now I'll give you a short overview on how to memorize cleric spells.
I assume it's the same way. Any spellcaster, besides sorcerers and shamans, must memorize spells using the rest button on the left panel after choosing their spells on the mage book or prescroll pages. Select the mage book or prescroll icon that appears on the left edge of the screen. Choose the spells you want to memorize, then left click on the rest button. Once your rest is completed, you'll have memorized all your spells. I want you to try and memorize some spells right now. Alright, so let's look at your stuff. We have Bless. No. Cure light wounds. That's good. I think she already had that, though. Sanctuary? What does this do? No, no, no. Shillelagh? What can I do with a shillelagh? Oh, it's like, okay, it's a magic shillelagh that you can hit people with. Armor of Faith, and, like, it doesn't really matter at this point. We'll go with Magical Stone. You can throw a stone, you can create a stone to throw at people. And we'll rest. Okay, skip that. Sweet! Skipped it. Apparently we're...
If Tempus wills it.
Are we still... Oh, we unpaused.
You haven't slept yet. You can access your sleep button from either your memorization screen or your inventory screen.
Turns out I can't skip it, so rest. I may not rest at this time. Why not? Rest. Okay. I had to have the book open to rest, I guess. And I do have to watch this all the way through, otherwise I cancel the rest. So good thing I'm going through the tutorial and learning all these things. We good now? Yes?
Good job. Now, on to another ability. A very important skill to the cleric class is the turning of undead creatures.
Okay. Paladins also have the ability to turn undead, activating the icon. This icon will cause many undead creatures to flee or even be destroyed. When in this mode, the character can move wherever they wish. Any other action, such as attacking or casting a spell, will deactivate the ability. I'm now going to teleport in a skeleton. Try to destroy it using my turn undead ability. That's turn undead. turn.
Good job on destroying the skeleton. Now I'm going to introduce you to a surprise visitor. It's your childhood friend, Imoen.
Oh, I love Imoen. Who's Imoen? She and I will be waiting on the next floor, so hurry on up there. Alright, so he's gonna head on up. This is a long tutorial. This is much longer than I thought. Can I loot the skeleton? That seems to be an important part of this game. Can I do anything with it?
What would you have me do?
Loot.
All right, all right.
Fine. We won't loot. Let's head up.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Our quest is vain. Whatever.
Do I really do have to like pick...
temper shield thy Valkor's
We're all
mighty
do
blade.
whatever.
I have to tell everybody to go up there all the time? Surely there's going to be a way to have them follow me at some point.
Your wish?
Can I select all of them?
Life
What is your
is
command?
Sweet, there we go.
hollow.
All right, all right.
There we go. I can pick all of them.
Hey, how are things going?
You must be itching to get started on your adventure. You have no idea, Imoen. Anyway, I'm supposed to teach you about how to use thief skills, but only after I join your party. And she's in.
So anyway, I'll start with the pickpocket ability.
Let's see it. To use this ability, you must press the thieving button on the bottom of the screen. This button obviously won't be there if a thief is not selected first. The thieving icon is an eye mask, which thieves are occasionally known to wear. Once you've selected the thieving button, left-click on the person whose pocket you want to pick. To give this a try, attempt to pickpocket a gem from Belt's pocket. Alright, we'll pick you. Then stealth. And then, oh, there's thieving. We can't be in the shadows while we're thieving, I guess. And then,
I'm gone.
there we go.
You haven't got the gem yet. What's taking you so long? To use this ability, you must press the thieving button on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, you were on the way.
Very good. Now I'm going to teach you how to detect and disarm traps.
Probably also important. To detect a trap, you must press the Find Traps button on the bottom of your screen. While it's active, any traps in the area that you detect will be highlighted in red. The Find Traps button is represented by an icon of 4 triangles. When in this mode, the character can move wherever they wish. Any other actions, such as attacking or casting a spell, will deactivate the ability. To disarm a trap, you must press the Thieving button. You must then left-click on the red highlighted trap. Watch out! If you fail in disarming the trap might be sprung. There's a harmless trap on the west side of this room. I want you to detect and disarm it using my skills. Remember, press the Find Traps button to begin searching for traps. The button is represented by an icon of 4 triangles. It may take several moments for me to find the trap after I begin searching. 4 triangles. There it is. Then thieving. Get that.
Good job. You should also know that when you're in detect traps mode, you'll also be able to detect secret doors and illusions.
Alright, that sounds complicated. The next ability you need to learn is the ability to open locks. To pick a lock, you must select the thieving button and then left-click on whatever lock container you want to open. Once again, the thieving button is represented by an eye mask icon. There's a lock chest on the west side of the floor. Use my abilities to pick the lock of the chest to seal the gem inside. Alright, so that one. That's a chest. Yes. All right, we'll go ahead and take that. Aquamarine it is. Yes?
Good job. The next ability I'm going to teach you is one of the most important a thief can do. The ability to be stealthy.
Very important. You will notice that at the bottom of the screen is a stealth button. Simply left-click the button and your character will attempt to hide in shadows. The stealth button is represented by a face half in shadows. While in this mode, this character can move wherever they wish. Any other actions such as attacking or casting a spell will deactivate the ability. And I want you to try to put me in stealth mode, like that. Hooray, she's in stealth mode. Yes? You're in stealth mode.
All right. Now that we've finished experimenting with stealth, let's go to the last thief ability. the set trap skill.
Alright, let's set some traps. To set a trap, you must first access your special abilities. This is done by left-clicking on the special abilities button on the bottom right of your screen. This button has a four-cornered star icon. When you press the special abilities button, it should bring up all your special skills. One of those skills will be marked Set Snares. Simply press the button, then left-click on the point where you want to set the trap. Try setting a few traps. Belt will start you on the next part of your lesson in a few moments.